Cancer, I'm Ellie Rose for PsychicFuture.com and this is your horoscope from the 20th to the 26th of August. So Mercury retrograde is over, hooray! Now we can start blaming all our problems on something else. No, I'm joking, we really shouldn't be doing that. It is something that people do with Mercury retrograde though. They say, oh, Mercury retrograde's happening and that's why everything's going wrong. But that's actually a really kind of easy get out of jail free card, because actually the things that Mercury retrograde are highlighting are to show us where we could be doing something better ourselves. So for you, hopefully you've learnt a little bit from Mercury retrograde. Hopefully it's taught you to slow down a little bit. Hopefully it's taught you that you can't do everything for everyone, and that perhaps it might be time for a little bit of self-care and a little bit more energy focused in on one or two things rather than spreading yourself too thin. So we've also got Virgo season coming up towards the end of the week, and this is an earth sign. So this is going to actually help to like nail in those lessons from Mercury retrograde. So things like slowing down, paying more attention to like detailed things rather than taking on too much, and self-care is another big one. So if you've been like going too fast, you've been working too much, you've been doing things for other people all the time, this season now on top of Mercury retrograde is going to be all about you and what you can take on and what you need to do to make yourself feel good and to fulfill your own needs. So that's all going to be really good for you. You've just got to accept it and kind of go with the flow. So when you feel like you can't take on anything more, then don't. If you feel like you can then start to do things again, then do that. Just go with how you feel, and actually that is the most important lesson really from all of this. So you might have noticed that I'm indoors this week, and I am still in Thailand, but it is the rainy season right now, so we're getting a lot of rain, which means that I can't film outside and give you beautiful backdrops every week. But I thought what I'd do is pick a tarot card just to give you a little bit of extra something for these readings and something to focus on for the week. So I've got here the Thoth Tarot, which is one of my favourites. It's very astrological, so that's probably why I like it. And let's pick a card for Cancer. Okay, let's get a card for Cancer this week. Okay, what's this one? The Hierophant. Okay, so this is a Major Arcana card, so this is like quite a big deal. So there's quite a big lesson to be learnt, and it might be to do with following your own authority. So the Hierophant can come up sometimes when we're following other people blindly, or we're not listening to our own personal authority. Or perhaps in some ways that we need to start embodying being a leader a little bit more. So it might be that in your life perhaps you need to start doing things that are true to yourself a little bit more, which actually goes with what I was saying about Mercury retrograde and Virgo season. And it could also be to do with not being influenced by outer things as much and listening to your inner self a little bit more. So I don't know if you can see the card very well, but he's kind of like almost like a high priest, and he's kind of giving a sermon and people are listening and they'll do anything he says. But that should be you, that shouldn't be anything outside of yourself. So if you've had some problem recently where people have been giving you advice one way or the other, then perhaps it might pay to like look inside yourself and question your own inner self, and whatever answer you get, even if it's against what other people say, then do that, because you always need to follow what you think. You should always be your own personal authority, and you should always just do what you feel you need to do. So yeah, pay that in mind this week, and don't let anybody push you one way or the other. Just do what you feel is good for you and be your own personal authority. So I hope you liked this reading. If you did, then pop back next week and see that one, and I hope you have a lovely week. Much love.